supported to table the approval of the line in the street dance until more information is provided.
And has more information been provided as of yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay, thank you.
Thank you. We did have two presentations that I just want to point out at that meeting as well. Mrs. Beth Pierce and Mr. Tony Jeffries from the Iron Range Tourism Bureau came to give an update on tourism statistics throughout Minnesota and especially our region. It has increased over 5 million over the last 12 years, which is, tourism has increased over $5 million over the last 12 years, which is staggering. And then Mr. Greg French from the Virginia Public Utilities gave an update on the proposed solar project that was to be located at the Honda Hills site, but it has now been deemed unfeasible at that spot, so they will not be locating Honda Hills site.
Excellent. And can we go back to item 9.1A and get a motion from the council regarding the tabling of this at the last meeting?
We don't have to,
We don't need to?
No.
Not necessary?
not necessary.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We had to have Mr. Matt Reed there as well to talk about the library update project. We are working on an ADA compliance project as we received a grant. The project will include new library steps and a new entrance, or new concrete to the ADA entrance at the library. It was moved and supported to approve the SCH to advertise for quotes for the ADA library steps and ramp project.
Do we have a motion?
I will move to authorize SEH to advertise for quotes for the ADA library stairs and ramp project.
Okay, moved by Councilor Johnson. Is there support? Support by Councilor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Brian Silber, Park and Recreation Director, presented his list of temporary seasonal laborers and baseball coaches, and it was moved and supported to approve to hire 6 temporary seasonal laborers and 3 baseball coaches for the 2019 season.
I will move to hire those temporary workers.
Moved by Councilor Johnson for the approval to hire the seasonals as requested. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Paulson. Is there any further discussion?
Mayor,
Councilor Bearable.
these aren't the seasonals, are they? They're just the student hires, are they not? Or are they the seasonals? Summer students, okay. Because the seasonals are different, are they not?
Okay, seasonal summer students.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
That clarify for you, Councilor Bearable?
Yeah, I
Very
just
good.
wanted to make sure we had the right, because we had talked about holding off on some of the seasonals for a while.
Yeah, okay, student summer help. Okay, thank you. Any further discussion?
I would just like to make
Counselor
a
Freely.
mention, Mr. Silber, if there's any kind of an orientation meeting with these coaches to kind of familiarize them with the responsibilities and expectations that they have, that they're going to be overseeing the youth in the community, because sometimes these people are not a whole lot older than those that they're supervising. I think it's pretty important for them to have some overview from you in particular with regard to what those responsibilities would be.
We have scheduled the AWARE training for next Monday for them. So they will be going through the AWARE, which is our safety training. And then after that meeting, I'll be sitting down with them and beginning an orientation. So pretty much most of Monday will be an orientation day for them, going over policies, procedures, expectations, and then getting out to equipment and also meeting with staff and going through those expectations.
Thank you, Councilor Freely. And Mr. Silber, thank you, our Park and Rec Director, for that update. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
At the meeting, Mr. Brian Silver also discussed the request for 2 utility worker positions for the Park and Recreation. This request was tabled from the April 18, 2019 Committee of the Whole meeting. Mr. Silver noted that there is a safety issue during the ice season, as we normally have only 1 staff person on shift, especially on the weekends. The council discussed the options for these positions and concerns with the budget. It was moved and supported to seek applications for 2 full-time utility workers for the Parks and Recreation Department.
And we did authorize to seek applications for the 2,
For 2.
just to seek the applications. Very good, thank you. What is the pleasure of the council? Do I have a motion? Councilor Bonzelli?
I'll make that motion, Mayor, to hire.
Councilor Bonzelli moves the motion to support the hiring of those,
Seasonal.
not to hiring, but to seek applications for
Yes.
the 2. Is there support?
Or just real quick discussion.
Support by Counselor Freely. Further discussion, Counselor Freely.
We had talked about the timelines that these people would be starting, and one is imminent, given the ice going in for the hockey camp coming up soon, is that correct? And then the other would not be until later in summer or early fall, is that correct?
It was part of our discussion at the meeting, and the motion was actually to seek applications for 2 positions.
Regardless of start time.
And I think the purpose is to later on, is to determine whether or not those 2 positions are eligible for hire based upon, a variety of factors, including the budget. But this is just to get the application started, right, correct? And establish the list? Okay, thank you. Any further discussion on this matter? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
Deputy Chief Scott Frederickson of the Fire Chief, Deputy Fire Chief Scott Frederickson, presented a revised fee structure for the rescue vehicle services at the Virginia Fire Department. Mr. Frederickson noted that there have not been any increases in the fees in quite some time and suggests that we review them annually thereafter. It was moved and supported to approve the proposed increase in rates and fee structure for the Virginia Fire Department rescue vehicle charges with the 2 modifications we made at the committee meeting. At the committee meeting, we made a modification to the title of manpower to personnel, and then we increased one fee from $25 to $50.
Where the fee was from where?
25 to 50,
$25 to $50, and make that one language change.
correct.
Personnel, okay, thank you. Counselor Johnson?
I will make a motion to approve that list with those changes for the fire department.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve. Is there support? Support by Counselor Freely. Is there any further discussion?
I have some, Mayor.
Oh, yes,
if I
Counselor
may.
Bearable.
The rescue truck part, it's a structure for the rescue vehicle. Now, that normally falls under vehicle insurances, correct? So why only the $50 increase and not a larger one? Because most insurances will pay a lot more than $50. Because it's not through your normal application process for an ambulance service. That's a whole different ballgame. I think that's too small a fee. Why did they pick $50? Because I think you can get just about anything you want because your car insurance, truck insurance, commercial insurance pays those rescue fees. Unless there's a tack on where they add if they have to actually use it. Is this just a fixed fee to go there, or what is it?
No, the $50, if you look in your packet, there is the list in there. The $50 that we increased was the actual charge for the person to write the bill out. We normally charge $25. That's not accurately what the person's salary and benefits hourly wage is. $50 more accurately portrays what it costs for that person to fill up
So
that.
this isn't actually the increase in a fee then?
No,
Can
this is the
we can
whole.
do that though too, as an aside from this, kick that fee out.
I would suggest, like Mr. Frederickson said, we should do this annually. Let's implement what they had suggested now, and then next year we look at that again.
Yeah, 'cause we should look at that fee structure for the actual service.
Correct.
Okay. I misunderstood, because I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
no,
missed
that's
that
okay.
discussion, because I was gone that last
Oh,
meeting.
yes, you weren't
so-
here that meeting, so yes.
Okay,
We
so I
did
missed
have
that
some, we did
discussion.
have some significant discussion about it, and unfortunately, you were
I was out of
on
town.
other business to attend to, so,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay,
Anything else?
No,
Counselor?
thank you for the explanation, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Bearable. Is there any further discussion on this matter? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
Deputy Chief Frederickson also updated the council on the application for the community paramedicine grant that was received from Essentia Health Foundation. In a nutshell, this program is designed to lessen the weight on our ambulance and emergency room efforts by designing a program that would send a paramedic who is trained in home care to a resident in need. The paramedic treats the patient and leaves them at home rather than taking them to the ER for these minor calls. With this grant, 4 of our staff would be able to be trained in the community paramedicine model. In summary, it's a free education and the first start of implementing a program in our area. It's a great partnership between Essentia Health and
Fantastic.
the city. Chief Lewis also updated the council on the proposed budget cuts that he's implementing in the fire department. Really appreciate that he's working on this very diligently. Chief Lewis also gave an update on the Shared Fire Services meeting held on April 17th, 2019. A task force has been named for the project from the Mountain Iron side, and Virginia was to appoint a task force as well. It was moved and supported to approve the Shared Services Task Force to consist of City Administrator Britt C. Bennis, Counselor Maya Beyondich, Fire Chief Alan Lewis, and an IAFF UN representative.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I will make that motion to approve the
Motion
list as read.
to approve the appointment of these personnel to the task force, Shared Services Task Force. Is there support?
Support that motion.
Support by Counselor Paulson. Is there any further discussion?
I just have one question.
Counselor
And I apologize, I did, like I said, miss that meeting. Once they get all this training and stuff, Britt, is there a portion of that training that will provide referral service if they feel that that individual that they leave at home needs referral services to another home care network?
Yeah, for the community paramedicine training, yes, yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know, because
A
that's
lot of what they're gearing towards, they're hoping in the beginning is the ones that need the recheck of their blood pressure after you come home from the hospital, or you need your bandages looked at, or things that you really don't need to go back to the hospital for, but right now it's all we have is people going back to the hospital for
okay,
those
because
things.
that's an important part of that program, so appreciate the update, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Bearable. So it's been moved and supported to appoint the members pre-designated by the motion of the Committee of the Whole meeting to appoint these members to the task force to work with Mountain Iron on the shared services contract agreement. Is there any further discussion on this matter? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
It was moved and supported to approve the proposal to purchase city parcel code 090-0074-00070, which is Lot 3, Block 2, Fairview Edition, or we think it's going to be address 1600 North 3rd Avenue, in the amount of $30,000, and this is our first reading.
I will move the first reading.
Moved by Counselor Johnson to approve the first reading, adopting the resolution. Is there a support for
I'll
that?
support.
Support by Counselor Bearable. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Johnson?
Thank you, Mayor. And just to clarify, this is the city selling a parcel to someone else. We are
City
not
is selling the
acquiring it,
parcel.
we're getting rid of it.
With the intent for purchase to put a house on the parcel.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Range Mental Health has offered to donate a property to the city of Virginia at 231 Second Street North. The cost of the property would be the incurred cost of demolition. The city will apply for an RRRB grant to defray the cost. It was moved and supported to approve the resolution accepting the donation of the property located at 231 Second Street North from Range Mental Health.
And it's at no cost, right, other than, what- right?
Just the demolition cost
No,
would be
no sale cost. And this is a corner lot,
corner lot.
and it's buildable lot.
It would be a buildable lot.
Okay, thank you. A motion, please? Counselor Barnzelli?
I'll make that motion to accept that, to do that.
Okay, is there support? Support by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
For quite a few years, the city and the school district have been working on a land swap adjacent to Parkview School. This Parkview, or the school district actually owns a portion of our ball field, and we own the portion of the land immediately adjacent to Parkview School. It was moved and supported to approve proceeding with the land swap between the city and ISD 706 for property adjacent to Parkview School, listed as city parcel B, in exchange for ISD 706 parcel A.
Make that motion for the land swap.
Motion by Counselor Johnson to move forward to approve the land swap. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Barnzelli. I'm sorry, Counselor Bearable.
I'm gonna have a
I'll
new
get it
name,
right
please.
by the end of this year. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
A request was received from Marlies Riffle of the Virginia Farmers, or the Virginia Market Square, the Farmers Market, to close the 100 block of North 4th Avenue West, which is the City Center Park, from 1:30 PM to 6:30 PM for the Farmers Market on Thursdays, from June 6th to October 24th.
I'll make a motion.
Moved by Counselor Freelieb to approve the request. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
The City of Virginia has realized we have a surplus equipment stock of city-owned blue bags. It was moved and supported to donate them. Because of our policy and state statute, we have to advertise for 30 days on our website that we have them available to nonprofits. It was moved and supported to donate them to a nonprofit.
We'll make that motion to donate them to a nonprofit.
Motion by Counselor Johnson to move forward with the authorization to donate the city-owned stock of blue bags to a nonprofit. Is there support? Support by Counselor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Oh, Counselor Beyondich. No? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to authorize resolution to submit a grant application to the Virginia Community Foundation, and we have two separate resolutions. We'll need to break this up. For the 418 Pass-Through Park, which is at 418 Chestnut Street, and the Pine Mill Court Park. So I'm asking for two resolutions, or two motions, please.
Okay, let's go with the grant application to the Virginia Community Foundation of 418 Pass-Through Park. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to apply and receive the grant for 418 Pastor Park.
Motion by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
What's the,
Support by Counselor Freely. Further discussion, Counselor Freely.
what's the amount of the grant we're seeking? Is there a match or anything like that?
Yeah. For 418 Chestnut, we were seeking, I don't have it with me, I believe it's, do you remember, Brian, was it 20,000? I don't have the application with me. There is a match. Have successfully received money from IRRB, which can match the Virginia Foundation.
Thank you. A motion has been proffered and support. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
We'll move that we apply and accept money for the Pine Mill Court Park as well.
Okay, moved by Counselor Johnson to approve the request for grant for the Pine Mill Court project. Is there support?
I'll support. yeah.
Support by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the request from the Land of the Loon Committee to use 6 to 8 golf carts for the Land of the Loon event.
I'll make that motion.
Counselor Freely moves to approve that request for the 68 golf carts to be used by the Land of the Loon Committee for the Land of the Loon event at the Alcott Park. Is there support?
I'll support that.
Support by Counselor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to rescind the motion regarding the approval of the AUA request for a letter of support that was made at the April 23rd, 2019 council meeting because of a lack of a clarification on the actual request to approve $15,000 in matching funds, and this is for the AUA's Live Well at Home grant.
Okay. Do I have a motion to rescind the previous
Do I need to
request?
make that motion?
You can't, yes. Yes.
So I will make that motion to rescind. And I guess,
Yeah, motion by Counselor Paulson. Is there support? Support by Counselor Beyondich. Further discussion? Counselor Paulson.
thank you, Mayor. Just in step with the tightening of our budget, I felt it would just be prudent and in step with where we're going as a city. So I originally understood the initial resolution to be just a supportive action in their letter. So we just got that clarified, and that's why the withdrawing or the rescinding is being.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Paulson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Move to item 10, Commission Liaison Department Head Reports. Does anybody from the council have a report they'd like to give today? Counselor Johnson.
Not necessarily a report, Mayor, but it is, I want to make people aware that it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wrote something. So I would like to take this time and this opportunity to tell each of you that it is okay to talk about mental health. For years, professionals have been talking about physical health and physical health care. Starting before a child is born, we have wellness checks. We teach preventative physical health techniques, healthy eating, regular exercise, and balanced lifestyles. We check in with each other, we have regular health checkups, and we talk about our eating habits and exercise routines. I encourage each of you to do the same thing for your mental health as well. So often we brush off our feelings, we minimize our thoughts, and we hide all of the unseen parts that make us who we are. It is okay to talk about our mental health successes, and imperative we talk about our mental health challenges and illnesses. I have mental health challenges, and I continue to work on them and take care of them daily. I struggle with depression. I have for many years. I sought help because of the encouragement and support of friends and family. Professionals have helped me by prescribing medication and by teaching me new behaviors that have changed my life and have helped me to find balance. One's mental health has had very negative connotations for many years, and this is why people often shy away from discussion and help. It is time to change this. Cancer is a word that historically was whispered in polite conversation in society. Yet today we say F cancer, we battle cancer, and we win the fight against cancer. The same thing must happen for mental health and illness. It must be okay to seek and use mental health professionals to be and to maintain mental healthiness. In the past year, a very close young friend of mine lost his only 2 uncles to suicide. He has struggled himself in school and left his home. His mental health has suffered because of challenges, changes, the uncertainty of adulthood, and the fear of the great unknown. As we sat talking, tears streaming down his face, he said to me, "I thought I was stronger than this." How much pain does anyone need to be in? Holding on to all that pain, disappointment, and guilt should never happen to a young person. It should never happen to anyone. We must make it okay to talk about our own mental health. We must make it okay to seek out professional services. When we have a physical ailment, we go to a professional. If we break a leg, we go to the emergency room, and a trained professional fixes it. If we are under the weather, we seek out comfort. We want to be with those that care. The same should be the standard when our mental health is a struggle. It is my hope for my 2-year-old niece and my 13-year-old son that they will learn it is okay to talk about how they feel. It is my hope they will have access to regular mental and physical well-child checks. It is my hope they learn mental health is a part of living every day. We must do our part to teach the tools, signs, symptoms, and terminology needed to make mental health choices and live mentally healthy lives. A few things that can be done to be more mentally healthy: play and have fun, enjoy a bit of life, ask for help. If it doesn't feel right, it may not be. Ask how someone is doing. Sometimes the simple act of asking, showing you care is all it takes to make life-changing difference. Rest, slow down, take time off, and take care of you. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is okay to learn about mental health. It is okay to share about mental health. It is okay to grow both mentally and physically. Mental health and mental health care is okay. Thank you all for your time.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Johnson. And just to tack onto that, I was going to make this as an announcement later on, but this is, I think, apropos to do it now. This coming Thursday is the Dustin Dam Memorial Walk for mental health awareness, sponsored by Range Mental Health. Starts at 4 o'clock at the park. The public is welcome. There's games and fun for the kids, and those who have been our clients who have mental health issues come there every single year. They get the support they need from the Range Mental Health Center and many other services that are available, which are in Range Mental Health Service, as you alluded to, Councilor Johnson, is woefully inadequate in our area and throughout the United States, and more services have to be done. I think the legislature has been trying to address this issue without success to date, but hopefully something will come in the future. But for those of you who are interested in supporting awareness for mental health, the Dustin Dam Range Mental Health Awareness event is Thursday, starting at 4 o'clock at the Alcott Park, and the general public, everybody is welcome. So please come if you can and support this worthy cause. Okay, anybody else have a report that they'd like to make? Seeing none, I'll just move on to or before I make the other announcements, to our city staff to see if they have anything else that they'd like to proffer. Britt, anything else? I know that our city attorney has indicated that he's addressed all the issues he's done for today.
I
Okay,
don't have a microphone.
we'll certainly provide you with one.
I don't have a microphone.
Okay. All right. Pam, anything from our city clerk? Anything from our finance director, HR? Okay, just a reminder that the polls are still open on the school referendum. You know, I urge you to go to the polls if you haven't already done so and cast your ballot for this very important issue. I think all of us share at the city council, and we all share here that it's very important that you exercise your right to vote and get out there, no matter which way you vote. Make sure you get out there and exercise your right to vote. This is a very important issue for the future of our community, so thank you. And then I was going to give a little more information on Regional Health Month, but I think Councilor Johnson was covered every particular avenue with respect to that. Thank you, Councilor Johnson. And just have one more announcement. And the Angel of Hope Children's Memorial Park is, you know, it's their motto is making a memory for our children. Now, they usually have a very somber memorial in December, but you can purchase these little tiles, you know, like you would do with the Veterans Memorial. And the Children's Memorial Park has asked us to make an announcement that the Angel of Hope Memorial Park, which is located in the south shore of Silver Lake, is accepting orders for memorial tiles through May 15th. That's through tomorrow. So if you were considering getting a tile in memory of a relative or an individual, please, you'll have until the end of the day tomorrow to do so. There are posts all over the area. We'll have this posted on the bulletin board for you if you are interested. But if you want to contact a committee member, if you are interested in purchasing a tile, I'll give you this telephone number. It's area code 218-749-5642. That's 218-749-5642. 4x8 personal tile is $200 and an 8x8 is $300. So to memorialize a loved one is very important. And this is a really nice memorial. We have a lot of good memorials around that you know, tug at your heartstrings. This is one of them. So if you can do so, if you want to purchase a tile, please do so by the end of the day tomorrow. Thank you. Okay. Does anybody else have anything like to bring up before we adjourn for the day? I see we do not. So we will adjourn. Nope. Premature. Okay, well, then we will adjourn to our next Tuesday, May 28th, Tuesday, 5:30 council meeting for Tuesday, May 28th at 5:30. Everybody have a great week. Thanks for all your hard work on the city council. There's a lot of issues we dealt with over the last couple of weeks, so thank you for your hard work and dedication, and to our staff moving forward. We stand adjourned. Thank you.